All right, today we're checking out the Vivi Pony01 compact electric bike. All right, so on first glance, this is one of these ultra compact foldable bikes. This is something that would probably replace like a rideshare scooter, something like that. Maybe you're a student and you need something to commute through campus, or you just have really limited storage space where you live. I think those are the main reasons for choosing a compact bike like this. What really stood out to me on this bike is the colorway. You have the orange and black colorway. You have a really interesting transition here with the paint, and other than that, everything is pretty much condensed, you know, compared to a regular bike. Well, we'll just go over all the features. All right, here we have the 14-inch by 2.125-inch tire, and this is a street tire. This is very narrow. If you've ever ridden like an electric scooter, rideshare scooter, this is sort of the same feeling. When you have a small wheel like this, you have a really tight turning radius. When you're moving at a high speed and you're doing like a quick sharp turn, it might be a little bit twitchy. You might feel like you're losing balance. So just something to be aware of when you have these small tires over here. We also have mechanical disc brakes, integrated front fender, and here's the integrated headlight. Here you have a foldable stem, which comes down like this. Just release the latch and pops down like that. You can also remove the saddle if you want to save more space, like if you're transporting it in a vehicle. Up top, you have this latch over here to change the angle of the handlebars. Here you have your display controls, which are just LED lights. Also on the display, you have 3 riding modes, low, medium, and high. And this section where it says power is where you see the battery life. Bike bell, and a right hand half twist throttle. And here's the ergonomic rubber hand grip. Got a pretty plush saddle seat over here, and it is adjustable so it can go pretty high. If you're a taller rider, you might look a little strange on such a tiny bike. People do it. And if you don't care about that stuff, then it shouldn't matter. You have an integrated rear fender over here. There's some knobs to adjust the angle. And right inside of the frame is a 48 volt, 7.8 amp hour battery. It doesn't seem like it is easily removable. It probably does come off, but it is not like a quick release type of thing. Here's a look at the rear hub motor, which is 350 watt rated, 500 watt peak. And honestly, 48 volts, 500 watts, that's probably the most I want to put on a bike this small. You also have a single speed chain drive. So just one thing to note on a single speed e-bike, when you go really fast, your pedaling isn't really going to affect the power. So it's just going to feel like your legs are just moving and not really doing anything. And here's a look at the rear mechanical disc brake. And really the standout feature of this bike is that it only weighs 43 pounds. So like I said, this is really perfect for students or anyone with limited storage capacity. This is the type of bike you want. And if you're tired of having to rent rideshare scooters, rideshare electric bikes, this is kind of like the perfect replacement for one of those. So now that we've gone over all the features, let's take the Vivi Pony01 for its first ride.
The Vivi Pony is ultra compact and perfect for commuting. Weighing in at just 43 pounds, it's incredibly easy to fold up and carry. The foldable stem is a nice touch for anyone who needs to stash it in an office, apartment, or even the trunk of a car. It features 14-inch tires, which are smaller than what you'd find on most other e-bikes, but that's part of the trade-off for portability. The comfortable saddle seat is a good addition for short trips around the city, though taller riders might find the compact frame a little cramped over longer rides. Still, its minimal design is definitely appealing if you're after something small and easy to manage. When it comes to power, the Vivi performs as expected. The 350 watt motor peaks at 500 watts, giving you a top speed of 15.5 miles per hour. It's not going to blow you away in terms of speed or acceleration, but if you're using it for short commutes or casual rides, it does the job. The 48 volt 7.8 amp hour battery provides a decent range, getting you up to 40 miles depending on your power mode, terrain, and rider weight. With 3 power modes to choose from, you can easily adjust how much assistance you need. Handling can take some getting used to, especially with the smaller 14-inch wheels, which might feel a bit twitchy compared to the larger tires you'd find on other commuter bikes. But once you get the hang of it, the bike's lightweight build makes it super nimble for weaving through tight spots. The controls are straightforward, with a left-mounted display that shows your battery life and riding modes. The mechanical disc brakes are decent for the bike's weight and speed, offering sufficient stopping power for city riding. While there's no suspension, the compact frame combined with its lightweight design means it's best suited for smooth city streets. If you're expecting to hit potholes or rough terrain, you might want to look for something with suspension.
All right, here's my first ride with the Vivi Pony01. And obviously I'm a short rider, so this is probably going to look fine on me. It still feels kind of small. I have the saddle seat a little bit up, so I am flat footing the bike. It can go lower, but I feel like I have to have my legs extended to push the most amount of power into the bike. So for the riding mode, we'll start at the lowest power level and just get right into it. So no throttle, just pedal power. And I definitely feel the motor kicking in. It's very, very subtle. Obviously, the wheels are very small. So if you're just using this to kind of cruise through the city, this is probably the perfect speed. If you're like in a crowd or something like that, this feels good. We'll pop it up to power level 2, medium. Ooh, that's a big difference. The motor really kicks in on medium. It's still kind of gradual, but still lots of power. And at this point, my pedaling, once I'm at highest RPMs here, it really isn't doing anything. It's just keeping the motor engaged. Pop it up to power level high. We'll give it a little throttle now. And the throttle has a bit of a delay. See, throttle, and then like 1 second delay. And that's fine. You know, you could kind of like alternate between pedaling to engage the motor or throttle, and easy enough once you get the hang of it. Like I said before, with the 14-inch wheels, see how narrow that turning radius is, right? It means I could kind of turn in a, you know, in a really small circle here, but you know, you have to like know how your body reacts to that. Like, since I have power level high, it's like turning and going at max speed is tricky if you're not prepared for it. So with bigger tires, it's just a little bit easier to, you know, to predict. Whereas smaller tires, like an electric scooter, it could get kind of twitchy and squirrely if you're going really fast, and if you hit like a pothole or a crack in the street or something like that, it could throw you off. And you know, that's just something to be aware of, which is why, you know, riding rideshare scooters through the city, it feels almost scarier than just riding a regular e-bike. So otherwise, very comfortable. We'll do a brake test right now. We'll gather up some speed here and test the mechanical disc brakes. Ooh. The brakes are adjusted and stop me. No issues there. Now, in terms of these affordable, compact electric bikes, you know, most of them pretty much perform in a similar fashion. When you have 14-inch wheels, when you have 48 volts, you kind of know what to expect. I'd say that this performs pretty well for something in this category. 48 volts is a lot for such a small bike, and 500 watts in the motor is also a lot for something this small, but you don't actually have to ride it at the highest power level. In fact, I'd probably recommend riding it in the medium power level, especially for beginners or kids, just to get used to the bike. And then obviously its ultra compactness, its portability. You could throw this in the car, you could carry this up the stairs easily, and you could fold the stem down and you could take off the saddle seat to save even more space. I think that's really the main advantage for bikes like this. You know, this is basically half the price of a typical e-bike, and yeah, I think it's fine for what it is. You also get an integrated headlight, which is great for visibility. So yeah, the Vivi Pony01, it's a decent compact electric bike.
So here's what we like. The Vivi is incredibly portable, making it ideal for city dwellers with limited storage space. It's perfect for beginners who don't require too much speed or power, offering an easy and stress-free ride. And the compact build makes it simple to carry and maneuver, especially in crowded areas. But here's some things to consider. The 14-inch wheels might take some time to get used to, and they can feel a bit unstable compared to larger bikes. Taller riders may find the frame a bit cramped and uncomfortable for extended rides. And the top speed of 15.5 miles per hour might feel a bit slow for anyone used to more powerful e-bikes. Overall, the Vivi Pony is designed with portability in mind, making it ideal for short city commutes or for riders who need something easy to carry around. However, the small frame and limited speed may be drawbacks for taller or more experienced riders who need a bit more power. If you're a beginner or just need something for quick trips, the Vivi Pony could be just what you're looking for. So, what do you think of the Vivi Pony? Is this the compact commuter bike you've been searching for, or do you want more? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.